YouTube live. Let me have a look. Okay, so I've just wrapped day 1 of the 5-part series that I'm running, which is the Blueprint Path. So I just wanted to jump on and explain a bit more about what we're doing this week. It's not too late to register. So the Blueprint Path is a 5-part series that I am running. This is how to start, grow, fix, and scale your bookkeeping practice, okay? So to register, you can go to a link, which I'll drop in here. Basically, you can also go to my website, thestrategicbookkeeper.global, go to work with me and look for a free workshop. You can register there. If you have any trouble with that, or you've got questions, or you're watching this later, email hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global. Because even though I went live and ran today's first workshop, and anyone who's registered who couldn't attend live also gets a pre-recorded training video from me as the first video in the 5-part series, you can still register and get involved, and we'll give you that from the one or ones that you have missed, okay? And why would that be important? So if you don't know me, I'm Jeannie Savage. I'm the strategic bookkeeper. In this series, I have designed this to help you plan for success in 2026 and how to start, grow, fix, and scale your bookkeeping practice, okay? This is what I'm known for. I get really great results really fast with my clients, and those results are published all over the place on our website, in our podcast, and actually, as at today, we're trying to get better at collecting these published results. So we've got a ton of videos from my clients, which this week I will connect to as well, and I will tell you exactly where you can go to see these. So the 5 days, how I can help you, what to expect, and so on. I'm going to have a look at my notes now. The first thing I'll do is actually connect to a couple of results so you understand what you can expect when we're working together, when you're learning from me like this, okay? So episode 125 of my podcast with Linda Hall, you hear how Linda Hall went from startup to $200,000 in revenue in about a year with no staff. She had a part-time admin but no technical staff. So solo bookkeeper, right? 200,000 in revenue just with her full at capacity at that time, okay? I meet a lot of bookkeepers that to get to 200,000 in revenue, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 staff, and so the bottom line profit is not there. Usually that bookkeeper is what we call booked but broken, okay? So in terms of Linda's result, just for example, then there are 3 foundational resources that I will direct you to and that we're using in this 5 days, 5 videos, okay? And number 1, it is your archetype. So I talked about Linda was a startup. There are 4 archetypes: the startup, growing, booked but broken, and scaling. They kind of say what they are, but we go into them in more depth. And in this video, I'll also drop a link to an archetype quiz that you can take so that you can actually discover your archetype and even get advice and recommendations from me. So first of all, it's like, where am I right now? Okay. And then the way that I help bookkeepers get those kind of results is through the Bookkeeping Practice Blueprint. It's a 1-pager. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and you need all the pieces of the puzzle, and that's what I give you, right? And then the 5 big keys, so 3 resources, and the 5 big keys is how we actually make the blueprint work. So the 5 big keys is how my team and I build and maintain the blueprint for everyone, and it's how you make it work. And they are really logical 5 things that drive the success of the bookkeepers I work with, and they are team, education, assets, implementation, and support. And what I'll do is, off the back of this video where I'm sharing these concepts, but you might be thinking, I want to know more, I will actually share more video content. But what I'm going to do is just move a bit beyond that. So you've heard Linda's story. Another podcast I dropped, I think 3 episodes ago, is with Marianne Davies. Now, her archetype was booked but broken. It's actually, it might be that my majority of bookkeepers I work with are booked but broken, but I do have lots of startups growing as well, and scaling bookkeepers too. But she was booked but broken. So she was 20 years in practice, and she was trying to get there, but at the end of the day, just like my experience, my lived experience as a bookkeeper in practice, I still have a practice today. The practice just never became that dream that she envisaged. The reality is she was booked up, yeah, but she was broken. So 20 years trying, and then in the space of a year with the blueprint, with the 5 big keys, and with a narrow focus through knowing her archetype and what to focus on, in just over a year, I discovered when I recorded the podcast, and I love catching up with my clients, she added 140,000 extra to her take-home pay. 140 extra. And she stopped working nights and weekends and started traveling and spending time with friends and family. So, archetype, blueprint, 5 big keys. Now, over these 5 days, I go into start, grow, fix, scale, and then how to pull it all together with action on day 5, okay? And today, where did we start? We didn't start with the startup, and I'll tell you why. Today, we started with the booked but broken, and there's a good reason for that. I thought long and hard about how I was going to serve this up to you. The reason for that is that 90% of bookkeepers, after they start and grow, end up booked but broken. 90%, yeah? I was one of them. All of this is my lived experience. And it took me 6 years, and then boom, I fixed it. But shakeable business, 10 years on, blueprint developed, unbreakable business. That's what I help you with today. So 90% get to and stay in booked but broken. And so I realized that I actually need to start there, because I need to show the startups what causes it so they can avoid it. Then I need to show my growing where they might be going wrong so they can stop and fix it. And then, like a startup, keep growing with the right stuff in place so they don't end up booked but broken. Because every bookkeeper that I work with that's a startup, not one of them has hit booked but broken, okay? So it's still hard being a startup. It's hard at every stage. You know what? Being an entrepreneur is hard. But being an employee is hard. Choose your heart. As my father said, life wasn't meant to be easy. Okay, so day 1 we started with the booked but broken. So even though it's start, grow, fix, scale, we started with fix. So we started with fix. I've done that pre-recorded video for you last week. So if you don't have it, you'll get it, or register to receive, or email us if you can't find that. And then if you attended live, this is what we focused on today, and it was amazing. So now day 2 tomorrow, we will be focusing on start. So now we'll go start, grow, scale, because we know what the fixed bit looks like. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll look at how to start a bookkeeping practice. What do you need? Yeah, I'm going to give you that definitively. You can come along live and get coaching with me, or you can, if you're just, it doesn't work for you to come along, that's okay. We can give you the pre-recorded training video that I've done. Okay, so you can watch it, listen to it podcast style, whatever you want to do. Then day 3, we'll go into how to grow. So if I help you start strong, yeah, that's what it's about, starting strong. Because I started weak. Marianne started weak, but Linda started strong. Look what happened to Linda. Took me 6 years and then 10 years to nail the blueprint. Took me, Marianne, 20 years. How come it took Linda a year? She started strong. So we're focusing on starting strong tomorrow, Tuesday. I think that's the 4th of November, 2025. If you're watching this later and you're like, why did I miss it? Just email us and we'll talk to you about that. So then the Wednesday we'll look at, so if we start strong, yeah, then how do we grow with confidence, and how do we grow as fast as we can like Linda did, okay? And then day 4 will be scaling good to great. So when my booked but broken graduate, when we fix that problem together and they graduate to scaling, their focus shifts, okay? That's what we're going to look at day 4. Or when my startup, like Linda, in a year, she graduated to scaling. She went startup, growing, scaling, completely skip BBB. That's got to be like the 1% of the world. And then, or Karen Andrews that joined me as a scaling bookkeeper, your focus needs to be different every day. Every day I say to my clients, hey, don't forget, you just graduated to scaling. Could you please go and do the scaling induction and reset your focus and squeeze the juice out of the orange the way we need to when we're scaling. Okay, so that's what we'll focus on day 4. Day 5, my favorite day, I'm going to tell you the 3 definitive ways that you can bring all of this to life, and you get to choose. Okay, so we're going to bring it all to life on Friday. So I was going to talk about a whole lot of other stuff, but I don't think I have time now. So just once again, to wrap this up, it is not too late to register. You can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to figure out how to finish this video in a sec. This is my first live YouTube. And I hope to see you live in the YouTube, in the Bluetooth. I hope to see you live, tongue twisters. I hope to see you live in the Blueprint Path Start Grow Fix Scale. I've also got some afternoon brain. But if I don't see you live, please enjoy the training videos that I have done, and I'll see you soon.